started music at age 3. And I can't tell you that I began it, but I think it was something God put in me before I was born. Mount Sinai Junior Academy is a very special school because it reaches out to so many children who would not get a good quality education maybe anywhere else. And I'm all about helping our children learn. So I like Mount Sinai Junior Academy.
Oh wow, out of hundreds of schools in the greater Orlando area, I think that Mount Sinai stands out for a number of reasons, and I think chief among them is our all-star faculty and staff. I mean, we have teacher. We start with Dr. Nugent, who's an absolute brilliant educator, to Miss McCarthy, whose creativity is out of this world, to Miss Elliott, whose classroom management, Miss Smith, classroom management is wonderful. Miss Noel brings something to the table. Miss Reynolds. We have the best faculty in all of Orlando, I believe.
Oh man, because of the chose to work at Mt. Sinai Jr. Academy because the phenomenal potential of the staff and the students, and there is so much Christian love in this building. At the end of the day, when you leave, if you come tired, you leave energized. If you come down, you leave happy. It's just a wonderful place to live and to work, to be.
Well, that's a big question. I want to say number one, I asked the Lord what did He want me to do, and the Lord made it possible for me to teach here. So number one, that's why I'm here, because God placed me here. Number two, I love being here. I love being at a school that teaches our black children, and so I just enjoy being here. So those are two reasons. The third reason is the principal, her vision for STEM, robotics, also was a factor as to why I'm here.
Because I enjoy working with the young people and being in a Christian environment is the most wonderful thing that I could ever do. That's why I chose Mt. Sinai Junior Academy to come to teach.
Well, robotics is a multi-disciplinary subject. It combines physics, computer science, CAD, math, you name it, and robotics. Now, I like robotics because it provides students with the opportunity to grow, an opportunity to find what their gift is and to shine in that area. Some kids come to it and they don't like programming, but they're good at maybe CAD, or they're good at using their hands and building something. So I like that aspect of robotics. And I've always found that it kind of makes a light bulb go off in their heads. It makes them realize, wow, this is pretty cool. This is why we do math. This is why we do physics. So robotics is a great way to make all of the subjects that the students study in school come to life and make it real and meaningful, because the students often compete in competitions against other schools and the students, and they get to really have a great time at it. So I really love robotics for that aspect. And one day it might cause somebody to be an engineer, to be a computer scientist, and that's what it's all about. Finding out what that unique gift in that student is, and making that student shine and developing that gift.
Oh, sure. Well, we've had a robotics team for several years now, but this year the robotics teams have been great. The junior high robotics teams went to Collegedale, Tennessee, and they came back with trophies in 3rd place and 1st place, and they also got an innovation award for inventing a product that not been invented before. And the high school team went over to Varsity Academy and competed against teams from CF, from Renaissance team, from Orangewood, from just Lake Highland Prep, and they did such a great job. They actually got a 1st place trophy for interviews and how well they represented themselves, how well they spoke up, and the teamwork that they displayed. And the robot was huge.
Absolutely. Well, we have 2 robotics teams. One is a middle school robotics team, and we have a high school robotics team. And annually, we will instruct students how to engineer and program robots to do a variety of tasks. in preparation to get them ready to handle real life problems. They go to compete. Last year we sent our high school team to Sacramento, California, and we sent a team to Chattanooga, Tennessee this year, and did very well. We brought back 2 trophies. Our high school team brought back 1. We're so excited about the robotics program.
Maybe I could invent a robotic music teacher.
Okay, well, everyone wants to play basketball, right? If they used to play basketball, and you can just grab up a basketball team almost every time. But to be able to work with robotics, you have to display team effort, which of course is on an athletic team. But you also need to be able to display the ability to complete rigorous activities with the brain. You have to be able to show that you can do some engineering activities. You have to be able to show that you can work with the computer. You have to show that you can be able to program. With our high schoolers, not only did they have to program and do everything else that the junior high students had to do, but they actually had to do a complete wiring overhaul of everything. So it shows that you're a more well-rounded individual when you're working with robotics. It shows that you have the ability not just to memorize, but to apply, to be able to do research. And this is all the stuff that's necessary for college as well as for the university.
Why did the students choose robotics over sports? You know, I think everyone has the opportunity to do sports. It's really easy to be able to do that. But robotics is a special way of thinking. And besides that, one day engineers will certainly make way more money than the 2 year of playing in a basketball.
Wow, when it comes to extracurriculars, I think that the role of the extracurricular is to really supplement the role of the regular education, which is to develop the whole person. While there's nothing wrong with sports, I enjoy playing sports myself. I think that a club like robotics allows students to develop skills that they can use in a broader scope of scenarios, really real life skills. And I think it's awesome, the exposure that our young people have to these things. I mean, so many of them will be exposed to STEAM careers and may explore a career in STEM later on. So we're very excited about robotics.
Robotics is a part of STEM, and when you look at a child, children have multiple, learning styles. They have multiple gifts of intelligence, and so robotics affords us the ability to present each type of learning style, also to touch multiple levels of intelligence. In the traditional classroom, not every intelligence is reached. I'm not talking about intelligence, I'm talking about Gartner's multiple intelligence. Some kids are spatial learners, some kids are hands-on, visual. So it allows all of those kids to kind of find their niche and learn that, hey, I am smart, I'm intelligent. And so it honors kids in a way that no other subject I found does.
I don't know, but I was thinking that probably because they like the technology of it, there's some math involved in it, maybe some engineering, okay, because the STEM program, which stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
Wow. This is my 7th year teaching robotics, and I got started because I have a son right now who's 16 years old. And he was not the type of student that would sit in the classroom and just take notes. He's an active kid, he's hands-on. And so I realized that he needed an environment that will allow him to, explore that gift. And so I found out about robotics, and because of my son, I started robotics, and that's how I got into it, and it's just been awesome.
3 things that come to mind: creative, funny, love God.
The first thing that comes to mind is respectful. The kids here are very respectful. They're great. The second thing that comes to mind is unrealized potential. Many students here have not realized what their gifts are, what they're good at, and so a lot of them don't realize that they can achieve greatness, and it starts here. And the third thing that comes to mind is God-fearing. The students here are God-fearing. They love God, and you see that in every class.
The students at Mount Sinai gifted, and I find the students at Mount Sinai are gifted, but many of them don't know that they're gifted. They're gifted, and because they don't know that they're gifted, they tend to be humble, but they are so loving. One of the things that's hard to do at Mount Sinai is to stay upset with the student, because I could be upset with one student and then turn around and somebody else just grab me and say, "Oh, I love you, Dr. Nugent," and I'm like, don't do that to me, because I'm trying to stay upset. So those are the three things. They're gifted, they're humble, but they're so loving.
Wow, 3 things. That's okay. Talented, intelligent, and potential. And I say those 3 intentionally because I think that our students come to us eager to learn, eager to share their ideas, eager to come and experience the world, and that's what we're here to do. So our students are second to none. I hate to see them when they graduate from us in the 10th grade, but we know that they'll be thoroughly prepared wherever they go.
Spiritual. The students are awesome here. I enjoy teaching here because even from kindergarten all the way through 10th grade, the students have a mindset that they want to be successful, and that's what we're here for. We're helping them to get to that success. Not only success, but also to the kingdom.
Students here have the opportunity to witness God through godly teachers. They have a chance to pray every day. They have a chance to learn from God's Word. And besides that, we have a fantastic music department, and we get to sing. Now, the other students don't get to do that. Besides, they have Ms. Murphy.
I used the word respect earlier. Certain kids at certain schools lack a respect for authority, for their teachers. And I find that to be probably the biggest difference between the kids here and at other schools.
There is a sense of unity here at Mt.SinaiJr.Academy. The students pull together when necessary in terms of getting the job done, working well together as a team. There's a lot of teamwork here, especially with the robotics team. You have to be able to work with.
Wow, well, I think that the difference between Mt. Sinai Junior Academy students and students across the greater Orlando area, or the area, or the broader world in general, is I think our students really have the opportunity to live out our mission, which is to develop the spiritual person, develop the physical person, and develop the intellectual person.
And when I worked in other schools, some of the things that students got in trouble for, whether they were public schools or private schools, some of the things they got in trouble for was serious being rude to each other over and over and over, and not respecting adults, just profanity. And for a student to use profanity, it's not that they don't use profanity here, but it's not as much. I remember some of the schools that I worked at, not only did the students use profanity, but if I ever called a parent because the child was in trouble for using profanity, the parents would be cursing me out, and they didn't even know that they were cursing. So as a parent support is really great here at Mt. Sinai. The other thing that's different about the kids is that the kids want to do well, and they get excited about doing well. And when you're trying to work with people who are trying to succeed, and they appreciate everything that you do, it's a lot different than when you're trying to beat something into somebody's head and they don't want to have anything to do with what you're doing.
Oh, well, that's so much fun to be able to write music, make up music, or even find music that the students really enjoy singing. And then we can go take that music to other places and bless other people, like churches or nursing homes, or in the future, we're actually getting ready to go sing for our National Day of Prayer service that's going to be held in the community to bless other people. I think that's going to be a great way to witness for God through song.
Because, well, why? I push them hard because I want them to be the best. I know that they can be the best, and if I just let them just slack off, then years later they might come back to me and they would say, if you just would have gotten on me one more time, if you just would have just pushed me just a little bit more, I would have been able to be president of the company instead of being the custodian. There's nothing wrong with being the custodian, but I know what my students can do, and that's why I push them so hard. Okay, thank you so much, Charles. Okay.